Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Rock. Rock is from New York City, but he lives in Belgium. So let's see what Rock has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Rock. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
It is a pleasure. I'm really looking forward for it. Also, I have to apologize because when you contacted me for the first time, I was literally in the hospital.
I
So
know. Oh my God,
yeah,
no need to apologize. I've been following your stories, your recovery. So as you already, mentioned about it, so tell me a little bit about what was the reason. Why did you go
okay.
hospital?
So pretty much my whole life, I've been a professional dancer, like a musical Broadway dancer and a ballet dancer. And like probably like 5 years ago,
Mhm.
um, they diagnosed that my hips just ran out of cartilage. So the bone was hitting the bone. And so I did the surgery for this one, and that was like 4 years ago. And then everything was fine. And then like 2 years ago, they told me, oh, but hold on a second, you had the same problem in the other one.
Oh,
Yes. And then when when they did this one, they just did like let's suppose that this is your leg. They just needed a cup here. But
right.
now it's butchery work because it's just like they literally took your leg up, leg out, then they cut it, they hammer it, they put it together, they put the stitches and put it back in place. So when you sent me the first text message, I was literally waking up from all of this.
Oh my goodness. Wow. And how has been your recovery so far? You've been recovering well?
It has been really it's surprising. It's surprising. Remember that it's for me this is like um I watched this movie already, you know.
Mhm.
So but like the difference now is just like because it's a different technique and it's a different well technology has a difference as well. Um I mean the next day I was walking.
Wow.
Yeah, it is crazy. I'm still with this kind of stuff, but literally, like the next day, I was walking. The 2 3 days later, I put something on Instagram, and I don't know if you saw it. And and for me, that was crazy because I was not the first time around. I was not able to do this probably until like almost 3 weeks in.
Mhm.
So 3 days, from 3 weeks to 3 days, is unbelievable. But
Wow.
I'm feeling good. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of pain, and but like glad I'm happy that it's over. Like it's
I'm
through one.
glad.
That's it. It's finished.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you are recovering well and you are kind of following, the right direction. I think that's the main point. And as you said, you've been there already, so you more or less you know more or less how is the
Yeah,
recovery.
I kind of like know what to do and what not to do,
I
and
see.
like, and I know until when I can push it as well.
Amazing.
But like, yeah, I'm really happy. I really wanted to do this. It was also a distraction for me because the whole day is just like being like from one therapist to the other one, and from here to the hospital, and then to the gym, and like um, I had to be ready for a shoot in pretty much like in a month and a half.
Mhm.
So it's not that I just can literally sit down here and watch TV and YouTube the whole day. You know? So it's going from my normal therapy session at the hospital to go to the gym and then go back here, eat, and then yeah. So it is crazy. My leg is completely blue.
Mhm.
It is, and but it is like the pain that I had before compared to the pain that I have now is nothing.
Amazing. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that you're in a better place right now. So, Rock, so tell me, where are you from?
I'm half American, half Venezuelan. My mom is American from New York, so I'm from New York, and my dad is from Venezuela. He's from Caracas, so I'm a man. I'm
Oh,
a
wow.
I'm a I'm a little bit of a mix, you know.
But you grew up in Venezuela or in
I
New York City?
I grew up in both places actually. I grew
Mhm.
up like I traveled because the thing is like my parents never got together as a family thing. So I was traveling from one to another one my whole life, pretty much.
I see.
So yeah, so for me, both places are home.
I see. But I believe you are in Europe right now. In Europe.
Yes, I moved to Europe. What, 7 years ago. I used to at the time I used to work for a musical in New York, and then I met the corporate choreographer for the MSC Cruises Italian company,
Okay.
and he offered me a job as a head dancer for
Wow.
this, and I was like, heck yeah, going to Europe, no paying anything. I'm just gonna pay for my phone, traveling all over the place. I'm gonna be in one city every single day, uh, for 6 months, and let's do that. So I got into the shipping company situation, and those 6 months turned into 3 years. And after those 3 years to be around in Europe, I was like, I'm not going back.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I pretty much stay here.
Where's
Yeah,
about in Europe? Where are you living?
I'm living in Antwerp in Belgium.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but before that, I used to be based in Barcelona. I live in London as well for a while. I live
Wow.
in I live in Paris for a while as well. The artists, dancers, and performer dancers, actors. We just
Mhm.
like go from one place to another all the time. Gig. So yes. So
So now,
where are you now?
sorry,
Where are you now?
I'm in London. I live in London.
I'm in London. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
in London.
I love
And
London.
so tell me, so right now, so you are a professional dancer then?
Yes, like
You still,
I'm a professional dancer and I'm a professional choreographer as well.
I
And
see.
also I work for a fashion brand.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so through the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life, about your joys, and also about your career, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. I was about to say, before we start our journey within the magic box, I would you like you to tell me something interesting about yourself?
So many interesting about myself. I'm hyperactive. I cannot stand still. Like I have to be doing something all the time, and on top of that, I suffer ADHD. So um, you can figure it out. It's that I'm hyperactive, I cannot really focus into something for really long periods of time. So it's quite funny. I rely on in humor, and I rely into sometimes be silly, into like to cope up with my whole craziness, if you can call it like that. But yeah, I was like you saying, I don't never I don't have to pretend anything about anybody or with anyone. So yeah,
Amazing. Very good. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
for sure. Yes,
I
and
mean,
there's plenty a lot. I I speak, well, life has bringing me to the fact that I speak 7 languages and I live in 10 countries. So I'm sure that there is a lot to tell.
amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, Rock. So before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for
Okay.
you is what keeps you up at night?
What keeps me up at night? Well, my insomnia. I suffer from insomnia for since I was I don't know, probably like because I'm hyperactive.
Yeah,
Yeah, for me like to fall from light sleep to deep sleep. It's complicated. I cannot do by myself, so I take medication for that. But that's basically. I know that it was like too serious like, for the answer for it. But what keeps me up at night? I over try to overthink everything. So, and I'm a perfectionist regarding the work that I do. So that, yeah, work usually tend to keep me up at night.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
I'm a night person, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, yes, yes. I listen when I first started to work with with the company that I work with.
Mhm.
My boss, well, the secretary of my boss called me at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. And he says, like, Rob, you're going to Italy because we have a meeting in Rome, and your flight is leaving in 3 hours. And I was like, what? I got into that plane, and when I at the time I was 27 years old, and I just literally jumped into a sweatpants and a t-shirt and a hoodie. Jump, went to the, and from there directly, I thought that they were like, they dropped me in the air and in my hotel. No, they got me from the airport to the meeting that it was exactly at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. And
Wow.
when I get there, it's a big table. That was not pretty much like my first day at work, and it's a table about like 10 people on each side, all in seats. And I open the door, and my boss says, "Oh, that's the new boss. That's the new guy. This is the new choreographer." And I told the first thing that I told him, it was like, "I hope that somebody died for your own good. I hope that somebody died." And he is like, "Oh." Well, over the years we developed like this very good relationship, kind of almost like a friendship. And but that the same day we were like, people was just like um talking about different ideas for a new show that we were like trying to put together at the time. And I was not really doing well because it was like people was just like going around. Do you know when it says like this could be an email? Yeah, exactly. That it was that. So I opened my mouth and I said, well, I think that what we actually should do is this and this and this and that. And my boss was like, oh my God, that's fantastic. Yes, let's do that. Can you put that on paper for tomorrow? And I was like, for tomorrow, first time in the morning.
Wow.
And I literally I stand up and I says like, for sure, if for you first time in the morning means noon, of course you will have it. And then I woke up. Then he sent me an email and it says like, never had done this to me before. I like you. Like,
Wow.
yeah. He is a very one of the biggest cruise producers, and he's a person that he's very uh, he lives very well. Let's just put it like that. And
Nice.
he's a person who is not used to no one to tell him no about anything. So when somebody comes and tells him no, he kind of like that, and that's what I did. I didn't know at the time, but yeah, that was funny, and now it's a very good friend.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Next question for you is, tell me something special that you won and how did you win it?
Well, I didn't. It's not that I wanted. I worked really hard for it. But it was I were a working kid in in the musical business. So I was a kid working, earning the salary of a grown-up person.
Wow.
So from since I was 12 years old till I was 21, uh, all of that I didn't even see it because it was managed by my family.
Oh,
So yeah, and my family, my dad was the one that I just like took care of it. I remember that he gave me monthly, like at the time, it was like 200 euros. Figure it out. But that for a kid that doesn't pay anything, it's like a lot. So well, all these years working from one show to another, from one show to another, I left the country the first time, and I went to work in Costa Rica for Melia Hotels, which is a Spanish brand for or big resorts, like all inclusive resorts. So I went there, and at the same time that was the first time that I leave my house. Like I'm leaving by. I got my degree in college, and that was it. Bye. I'm going to dance. This is what I want to do. So when I came back, well, my dad sent me one day. He says like, "Hey, listen, um, I need your help because you know about style and you know about like things like fashion." So then he is like, "Yes, tell me." Well, my friend is here in New York. He wants to um, see an apartment, and I'm going to see it with him. And I said, "Take some pictures," but I want you to see like, I want you to like to see it like with me over the phone and like tell me what would you do with it. I completely forgot about it. I was so busy with work. He called me, and then he's in an apartment, and the apartment is completely empty, and it was a beautiful apartment, and he says like, "So what do you think?" And I was like, "Oh, it's good. It's I have a lot of light. You have like ceiling to floor windows. It's in a 40 something floor." And yeah, so my dad was like, "So what would you put in?" And I was, "Well, uh, I would put like a couch like this. I would put a sofa like that. I would put like the television here." Next thing I know, it's my I come back from that from I finished my contract in Costa Rica, and I come back to New York City, and I'm thinking that I'm going home. So my mom and my dad go and pick me up in the airport, and um, they told me, "Yeah, we're gonna pick you up because then we're gonna go home." And so they pick me up at the airport, and then we are driving, and we are going to Hell's Kitchen. But like when I realized, it's just like, oh, this is not the right way to try to go home. So we parked on Forsyth Street in New York, and basically my dad opened the door. He opened the trunk, took my suitcase out, closed it, and gave me a key. And he says like, "Welcome home." Literally, he just get into the car and left.
Wow.
And I was like, "Wait, what?" So I call him, and he says like, "What do you mean?" He says like, "You need to get in that building." And I said, "Okay." And when I get to the front desk of the building, the guy told me, "Mr. Rangel," and I was like, "Remember that I'm a kid. I was like 23 years old at the time." And he was like, "Mister, that sounds like too serious." I said, "Yes." And I was like, "Yeah, your apartment is in the 46th floor, and then it's what does it mean? What do you mean my apartment?" So I go up, and yeah, my surprise is like everything that I told my dad back in that phone call that I wanted that apartment, it was in that apartment. And
Wow.
that so with all of this money that I didn't see for over a year, he bought me an apartment. So it's not that I win it, I earn it, but yeah, that was something very special, especially like to have something or the real estate in a city like New York is very it's an achievement. It's something
My
that is there.
my God, what a good surprise. You know what I mean? Like, wow. I think your dad, he was very creative to put things together to give the surprise for you. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Let's do it. Right, Brock, before the next question, tell me what's the best part of being a dancer? What do you like the most about it? And the flip side, what do you find most challenging about the career?
Um, the best part to be a dancer. The best part to be a dancer is first of all, you do what you love. You know, you're like some people that have a job and they have a hobby or they have many hobbies. You do your hobby as a job, and that is something that you cannot compare with anything. Because you know about how many people are just like they hate their jobs. You know, they just do it for the money. And when you do something like dancers. That is something that it does not require a skill, but it also require talent and require training and require discipline and require um, humor, require acting, require so many qualities um, that allow you to be kind of like free when you step on that on a stage, and um, and you love to do that, and you're getting paid for this. That is the best part of it. Also, it might sound cliche, but but yeah, see the reaction of the people, like when people appreciate what you do on first hand, is very rewarding. Um, the worst part of it for me would be I lost a lot of my childhood because of it.
Mm.
I lost a lot of while my friends were to go to the park and play to the park. I had to go to all the class. Um, that kind of stuff. Also, I think that for a kid, um, dancing teach you a lot of good things. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you that you have to work hard for what you want. It teaches you that you have to be punctual. It teaches you like discipline. It teaches you to be responsible. It teaches you. But on the other hand, that it can be seen as a negative point of the job. It's but also it can be the most amazing thing that the job had is the traveling. You are going from here to there all the time, which allows you to meet extraordinary people,
Mm-hmm.
um, meet people from different cultures, from different places, from different nationalities, and like you were all together in and see the world. Basically, that's what Dante had brought to me. Besides of like having the joy to know that every single day when I wake up, I'm going to work with 50, at least 50 people that are my same kind of crazy.
Wow.
So, and so I know from when I open my eyes, I know that I'm going to have a good time, and I know that I'm going to have a laugh from the moment that I see them until the moment that from the moment that when the clocks uh, mark 8 to the moment that it mark 5, I know that I'm going to have a laugh all the time.
I see.
It's a lot of
Okay.
work, extremely hard work, but yeah, that's what I can resume the whole question.
Amazing. Okay. Next question for you is, what gives you butterflies?
Butterfly give you give that whatever just like give to everyone. That is just like liking somebody, that person will like you back in the same way with nothing, with no expecting nothing in return.
Uh-huh.
Um, and when you actually find that, sweetie, just like hold on to that and don't let it go, because it might be just come once in your life. And a situation, well, a situation, I love roller coasters, so like, you know, like so I love extreme things like bungee jumping, like skydiving, that kind of stuff. That give me butterflies and adrenaline. But I don't. I think that I don't know. Like love is the thing that is just like even very butterflies, and when you actually feel that, um, for real, not for when you actually get to fall in love with somebody, is the best feeling in the world.
Absolutely. I agree as well. I think this butterfly of love is unique. You don't find
I think that's universal. I think that um, people will do anything for money. That's true. That is absolutely true. I'm a XXX actor as well,
okay.
and when I'm telling you that people will do anything for money, absolutely no. But one thing that most of the people don't realize is that people, when they are in love, whatever they think that they wouldn't do for money, they will do it for love.
Yes.
And
Interesting.
and that is something that I seen happen in front of me. You know.
I see. All right. Ready for another question?
There you go. Hit it.
Let's do it. Okay, Rock. Next question is, what is your favorite place in the entire world and why?
Wow, I knew that this one was coming. Um, okay, this is a difficult one. My favorite place in the whole world. I'm gonna explain you why it's so difficult. Um, when I work for hotel chains. I work for musicals, doing tours. So I have the pretty much the privilege to say that I know literally half of the planet.
Wow.
Like I've been there, and up until now, I live in Costa Rica, Dominican Republic. Oh, no, let's see. United States, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Mexico, London, Barcelona, Paris, um,
Belgium.
Belgium,
And you said as well Venezuela, of course. Where do you come from?
Venezuela, of course. So, um, and in the middle of all of that, it just basically it was like or either love or either work that it just like got me to these places.
Right.
And I'm Sagittarius, so and I love to travel. And I'm working for cruises that I was in a different place all the time for 3 years. That I just like changed route because I got bored. I said I did the Mediterranean, and then the next I'm gonna do South America and stuff like that. So that is a difficult one because I've been in so many beautiful places, and my and I think that this question can be narrowed to um, the experiences that you have in each place.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, where have I? It has been the place that you can relate to, or that you can put the relationship between you and the best part of your life. Um, Definitely La Puerto Vallarta in Mexico.
Okay.
Um, it's a beautiful place, and it was for me my first direct contact when I was still a young person with what the whole gay world was at the time. Um, so for those years, I said that um, your 20s is to have fun, your 30s are just for you to get your shit together, and then your 40s is to have fun again. And so I cannot complain because my 20s were a blast.
Right.
So that's one. Another favorite place, Barcelona.
Okay.
In Barcelona, it was a different situation. It um, was the first time that a place where I didn't was a local opens to me and make me feel at home, and I was able to create a group of friends, like real friends. So when they say that we, the LGBTQ people, we have a chosen family, plus the family that we have, Barcelona was a place that actually allowed me to choose my family and to have a blast with them. So yes, and of course Belgium. Belgium, give I have to be really thankful to Belgium. Belgium have for all the European countries. Belgium has been the one that I just made me feel home. People ask me like, "Well, you're coming from New York, and what are you doing in Belgium?" Belgium is a beautiful country, but also people here is quite amazing. Um, thing is, people is difficult, and it's difficult in different ways. It's difficult into you think as an American or well people that come from America, it doesn't matter from where, for the country, for the whole continent. It's if you speak there English and Spanish, you're done.
Uh-huh.
when you come to Europe, then you realize that it doesn't work like that. You have to be here and you have to speak at least three languages just to be able to go around. Even if it's just like you speak English, that's the first, and Spanish is the second. And for me, when I start to work with Italian cruises, Italian was the third one because it was mandatory, and I was like, okay, here we go, Italian, boom. I learned Italian because it's similar to Spanish, and then um, it became a French boyfriend that didn't speak English, so figured it out. I had to learn French. And then Belgium, we speak three languages here.
Yeah.
And at least you had to know two of them. So yeah, Dutch was the next option. And here you go. I have to admit, Dutch has been the most difficult one up until now. It is crazy how difficult it is. It took me almost like 2 years to learn it.
Wow. I've been in Antwerp a few times actually because one of our friends, he lives in Helmond, in Eindhoven, in Holland. So
Uh-huh.
we've been a few times to the city, and I love Antwerp. I love it. It's a good place.
Antwerp to me is amazing because it's a little like if it's one of the villages of New York.
Yeah,
And it has everything that it should have, like a big city should have in a beautiful city. The
I see.
architecture is insane. People is nice. Food is amazing.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
so well, next time that you come over here, I'm sure that you need. I'll drive you around.
Absolutely. Deal. Look, it's recording, okay?
Yeah,
Deal now.
it's on record. It is on record. So, and then yes, I would love to do that.
Um,
Um,
Amazing.
we have a lot of fun things to do over here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but like Belgium is like top tier in festivals and party in the summer. There is
Uh,
nobody that does better than us. So,
I'll
so
let you know for sure. Next time, I'll let you know for sure, Rock. Next time.
it would be lovely to meet you in person.
Amazing. Two questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Next question for you is, what do you consider most romantic?
What do I consider most romantic? Simple things.
Mhm.
Simple things. I don't think that romance is something that just like you just show up one time and that's oh, that's romantic. That, for example, like for me, like as St. Valentine in like 14th of February, it's just a show. It's just an opportunity to make up for everything that you as a partner or as a couple, someone you didn't do that in the whole year, and you kind of like can make up a little bit to it. But I think the romance is something that you just build day by day. It's something that you just like the little details. It's like the good morning, the how are you, the make a coffee, make a tea, watch a movie. It's something that is just a build up.
Yeah.
Um, and of course, the gestures. Um, People will say, "Oh, Paris. Yes, Paris is beautiful and it's the most romantic city in the world." Still, if you just like come out of nowhere with a trip to Paris, I would say something. You know what I mean?
Do you consider
So
yourself to be a romantic person yourself? Do you consider
I
yourself?
am. I am. Even though, okay, let me put this. Let me see. Um, I'm very romantic.
Yeah.
I'm an old school, but also I'm a Sagittarius, which means uh, you can love me, but wait the fuck over there.
For example, I heard that Sagittarius, they have the biggest heart.
Yes, that's true.
They
But
do?
also, it's like I told you, like love me, but all the way over there.
I see.
The moment that they feel like this, oh, sweetie, it's run the opposite direction. You can be as invested and like it as much as you will, but the moment that you feel that it's getting a little bit too much, they run in the opposite direction.
That's so true. My first boyfriend, was Sagittarius. It's
Really,
so true. Exactly so true. One
It,
point he was like, okay, it's too much. Now I need some space on the sides. It's always like
it is,
that.
it
I
is,
remember.
it is, and the worst part of it is that you can be invested in love. You can like somebody like nobody else. But the moment that it's getting too much, is they just run the other way.
Yeah.
They just run
Yeah.
the other way. And the funny part, it's like your friends and everybody tells you, no, it's not that direction. It's the other one. And you just keep running that one, you know?
Absolutely. I know very well. I know very well Sagittarius. I know how it works in a relationship,
But
romantic.
we are very kind, we're very kind people. We are, well, especially me, like I feel that I'm extrovert, introvert.
Yeah.
I can be as outgoing as and loud and funny and like talk to people uh, like all the time. But
Yeah.
also, if I do really like someone, forget about talking because it's just the ability of talking. It just went out of the window in a second.
Amazing. Ready for the last question?
Yes.
Last one. Let's do it. But before the last question, tell me how the idea of create adult content came into you. How the journey started.
Um. Basically, I my content has been like a roller coaster.
Okay.
Um, I started as a dancer and for situations of life without even wanting to do it. Um, Back in the day when the only way to do the XXX acting was over production companies. Somebody just like got me in the middle of a Starbucks and said like, "Hey, have you modeled before?" And I was like, well, no, "I'm too sure for that." So and he says like, "No, you're not." And so yeah, working with at the time with working with professional photographers, working so modeling, acting, dancing, everything happened like at the same time but in a different way. And so that's how my content just pretty much I grew up the platform that I have all because of it.
I
But
see.
also yeah, for example, Twitter is my biggest platform and I don't even know how that happened. But I do but
I see. All right.
yeah.
So it.
And but good content, I think it's good content is something that or either is entertaining,
Mhm.
uh, where people can get something out of it,
Yeah.
or just plain stupid.
Hmm.
Like you know, um, like for example, for me, like the whole um, situation that I'm in right now, the whole hip replacement. Why do I decided to pretty much like block it basically?
Hmm.
Um, and I'm gonna explain you why I decided to do that because the first time well, the first time around I didn't do anything of this, and I'm gonna explain you why. It is a taboo. It is something that this is a problem that a lot of people have, like acrobats, dancers, gymnasts, sport people, um, people in show business, runners, volleyball players, basketball players, and um, and there is a little bit of like the stigma of like oh, even though that you have this, I'm not going to talk about it because nobody wants to hire somebody that is injured, you know. So when in my personal experience, when I first had this the right one, and we're going to talk about the right one, the last one. When I had the right one, and I go to my first appointment with and the doctor says like, you will never dance again,
Wow.
right off the bat. And I literally says like, hold on, my dear, watch me how I do it. And I did. But at the time, it was very uncertain. the fact that I was really young. I haven't seen anything that I feel kind of related to, you know, and everything that I found the information about like replacement and all of this process, it was in already old people, and I was like, I cannot relate to that because this is somebody that is probably like 30 years older than me, and I don't know what's going to be the outcome of like having something like this. So, and it took me a lot of time to make the decision to do it because I was really afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the fact that you go out and you didn't find any information about it, like, or see the results in kind of like in real time, or like what's gonna be like if I do this, because this might be happening to me. Um, it was very, very frightening at the time. So that's why I decided to do it this time, because even if I help one person that is in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and doesn't want to do it because it doesn't know how the outcome is going to be, and like, or people is telling them that they will not do something again. First of all, I will tell you, stop and drop it, because that's not true.
Yeah,
That Stop and drop it, because that's not true. And
I see.
if all of this that I'm doing with this help one person, only one person, my job is done.
Absolutely. I think that's the whole meaning. If you can help at least one person, or of course you want to help more people, as you said, your job is done.
If,
Amazing.
I- if there is one, if there is somebody out there
Yeah.
that might be in any kind of like sports situation or like art situation, and he's
Yep.
suffering like something like this, and is struggling into like what's gonna be if I do this, um, and all of these scene gets a little more information, or and help that person in any kind of way to get better. That's all that is done.
Amazing. Okay. Last question is: do you consider yourself to be a spiritual person, and how?
Well, let's. Do I believe in call it God, Buddha, Allah, call it put it, a higher power? Yes, I do believe in that. Um, but I don't believe in any of the churches.
Okay.
And the explanation that I have for that is, I think it's very simple. When you go over um, all the books, and you learn a little bit about it, um, a lot have been like horribly translated. First of all, but also in history, like every single. I'm sorry if I offend anyone, and I'm not trying to do this. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like I cannot get behind any kind of church that from the very beginning tell me that I'm wrong, that I'm not okay, that I'm a person that is not right. You know, I believe that whatever power, whatever God that it is, put every single person in this planet just exactly as it was supposed to be, and no one had the right or to tell you all of
Absolutely.
that. So yeah, I do believe in God. I do believe
Mhm.
I do believe in this um of higher power, if you call it like that.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the structures of the church, because I think that it's just like a way to manipulate people
Yeah.
into most of the time uh, wrong concepts. And by history, we know that churches haven't done many good things. So, am I spiritual? I do believe in this, but don't try to put me into any kind of a direction of a church, because it's not. It's not.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, Rock, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So,
Okay, quick. There you
one
go.
word for money,
Um, Comfortable.
family,
Safety.
Love.
Everything.
Life.
Journey.
Sex.
Pleasure.
Politics.
Hypocrisy.
Religion.
Fairy tale.
Fear.
Courage.
Friendship.
Support.
Desire.
Ambition.
Regret.
A good one. No, I cannot answer that. I don't have any.
Okay, no regrets.
No, and I know that it sounds weird, but like or people would say no, but I believe that life puts you into situations, and if you look back in your life and you make even the small change, probably you will not be where you are, or you will not achieve the things that you have achieved. So for that reason, I think nobody's perfect. Everybody have fucked it up at some point in their life, but all of that, if you took it as a learning experience and got the positive out of it, you shouldn't have regrets of whatever you have done in your life.
One word for success.
Success, happiness.
One word for wish.
Wish. I wish kindness.
One word for happiness.
Happiness. It would be love.
One word for Venezuela.
Food.
One word for New York City.
Excitement.
One word for Belgium.
Peace.
One word, and the last one, dancer. One word.
Freedom.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, define rock in one positive word and one negative word only. What your best friend would say. One word each.
Positive. Oh, wow. I think understanding. I'm a very understanding. I will not judge you for anything. I will try to understand you. In bad word, I don't have patience. Like when I want something, I want it now. But like but that would be
okay. Let's play now rock and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it. Look at you, good dancer.
I can't really move right now, but like I'll try.
Right, you can ask me a question now, Rock.
Okay. What have you learned in all of this time making these interviews that you can say is a common denominator of what like people confront life?
Wow, good question, good question. Right, through those over 1,000 interviews that I've done so far, with different people around the globe, what I've learned is, I think, people, they are so interesting. At the same time, everyone, all of us, we are so different in so many ways. We are so different, but I've learned that at the same time as well, we are very, very similar, very, very similar. And I'll tell you why. I think all of us in this world, we are here. All of us, we know that it doesn't matter your personality, it doesn't matter how you are, how you approach life, your point of views, it doesn't matter. But all of us, we are here to be a better person. We are here to grow, to learn, to become a better self. And I realized that since those, for those interviews, people that have different point of views, people that have different ways of answer questions, people have different ways of express themselves, they believe in different things, but all of us, I realized that all of us, we are trying and we are trying to be a better person and to be a better self. That's what I've realized so far through those interviews, and I've learned so far for sure.
Can I add something else to
Of
that?
course, of course.
Um, in my job as a I work for people with that something like you. Work from people from all over the world, from different cultures, and
Yeah,
you're totally right. For more than people believe in different things, and I think that we are more good people than bad one. And I don't believe that there is bad people. I think that there is good people in bad situations.
yeah. I like
You know,
that. I like
yeah.
that.
I don't think that there is bad people. I think that there is good people in bad situations. And um, the thing is, like, do you learn from those situations or you don't? If you learn, you will try to become a better person, which is like what you just said. If you don't, then you're gonna go to the down the railroad.
Yeah,
So, but also what you say, it is 100% true. For more different that we are, I think it doesn't matter the color, the race, the sexual orientation, or anything. I think that we have all more things that unite us
yeah.
than unite us, and more things in common than the things that divide us.
Totally.
And when people real or get to understand this,
Yep.
is when change happen. Like
Absolutely.
we should like focus into the things that we have in common, into the things that we're gonna make us all grow together, not
Yeah.
into the things that divide us. Because you know what, points of view, politics, and all that stuff, they're just constructions.
Absolutely. And
They're
we are
just
all, we are all vulnerable. All of us. At the end of the day, you are vulnerable. You know what I mean? We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be
exactly.
sad. We're
and
gonna
and
be
I do and I
challenged.
and I do believe that we are all here to try to become a better person.
Totally believe. Yeah,
You know?
that's what I've learned as well through those interviews. That
Like
everyone, no matter where you are, what you do in life, you are trying to be a better person. That's how
when
it's.
when, when I told you, when you asked me like one word that I will describe something good in me, and I think when I say understanding is, I will never judge you. I will never. Uh, unless it's something that is just like absolutely crazy, but like and not even, I would say, like I will
Try to
try to
understand.
try to figure it out why you got you there, you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. I like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So try to understand, before to give even an opinion or an advice or anything. I will try to understand or walk in your shoes for a hot second before I open my mouth.
Totally.
And that is something that, especially now with social media, it's a little bit complicated to do, because people think that because they are behind a screen
Hmm.
or with a keyboard, they have the power to say anything they want to anybody, and which is not. It's not the case.
Yeah.
And
We need to be more
and
careful about that. We need to be careful because people, all of us, are gonna make some mistakes. We're gonna fall one point. So we need to understand that it's gonna happen to all of us, and we need just to be more
also
compassionate about.
be like, just listen. Try to be kind. Try to be nice to others. You know, it doesn't give you anything. Go around the whole day being up just because you feel like it. At
Amazing.
the end of the day, especially like when you grow old, you realize that was absolutely useless.
Absolutely. I was about to ask you to leave a positive message, but you already said the positive message. So you already said with your words. Did you enjoy the interview, Rock?
I loved it. Thank you very much. It was lovely. And um if I can help you in any way, just like, listen, you know how to reach me. Just
You are
scream.
you are already
And
helping. You are already helping not just me, but a lot of people right now. I think you're sharing your story, your journey so far as a dancer. Travel around the world and experience, and also You know, you've just been through now a challenge situation, the hospital. And again, my goodness, you are recovering and you are smiling and you are dancing, you are giving interviews, you are watching Beyonce, you are doing everything. So I think it's very inspired to see someone, you know what I mean, going through a tough time right now. But at the same time as well, you are smiling. You are, you know, seeing the joy of it. So thank you very much for taking the time.
No,
I'm,
thank you.
I'm,
It
I'm
was a pleasure.
I'm glad that we connected right now. You're very sweet. Since when I remember when I contacted you the first time and you said to me, William, I'm literally in the hospital right now for a surgery, but after that we can do it. And I was like, oh my God, it's so sweet to hear that. And here we
Listen,
are.
there is
Literally,
something that I always there is something that I always tell to people, especially like when they see me in Twitter or in Instagram. All of this is not true. All of the seriousness that you can is not true. So no,
thank you.
listen. First of all, thank you very much for understanding my situation and I really apologize that I couldn't do it like right away when you told me, but I was literally in the hospital. And it was a pleasure to talk to you. You are such a sweet guy
Thanks.
and a smart one. I like when people is smart. I like when people have smart conversations, and I like when people just try to spread kindness into whatever platform that they have, and you do that, and
Thank you so thank you.
that's really important.
Thank you so much. And I see you in Belgium one day, okay? Very soon.
Okay, for sure. Have a good night. Okay.
Have a good night. Take care and
Bye
well
bye.
recover well. Keep recovering well, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. You
Take care.
too. Have a great day.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.